Hi, welcome to Connect and Collaborate. I am Alex Hopkins, your on-air producer, and I'm so excited because we have a very exciting event coming up on Monday, August 20th. We are hosting our second annual View from the Top event, and that is being co-hosted with Denver Business Journal, and it's going to be at CU South Denver. And so I'm so excited to have in studio with me Joann Brennan. She is the Associate Vice Chancellor at CU South Denver for Academic Affairs. How are you, Joann?
I'm great. I'm so excited to be here, and we're really excited about the upcoming event.
Yes, we are too. It's our second annual event. So last year's was a huge success. We were at History Colorado, and we outgrew that a little bit, and so we sought you out to seat more people.
Well, it's a terrific location, a terrific facility. It'll be a great place for the event.
Yes, absolutely. We're hoping to have about 200 people there. We are almost sold out right now, but you could still get your tickets online. So, Joann, I want to talk about you in this first segment here. So obviously you're in education, and you've got an extensive background, right?
I do.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about that.
So at CU, the University of Colorado, Denver, I've been here for about 20 years, but I've been in education for 28 years.
Okay.
My background is in the arts. I'm actually a photographer and a professor of photography. And in the past 3 years, I've been the Associate Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs at CU South Denver. And it's been so exciting to be in this role because everything we're doing at CU South Denver is essentially building and growing a new innovative educational model for the South Denver community that focuses on professional development and executive education and custom programs. So I use my creativity every day in an incredible environment that has the backing and support of the University of Colorado, Denver.
That's awesome.
And Anschutz as well.
Yes, that's actually close to where I live, so I'm very familiar with that campus. Was that kind of a hard transition? You mentioned that you still get to be creative every day, and you have the background in the arts. Was it harder to have sort of a more defined role, or have you been able to expand yourself more?
Actually, it wasn't. It was a natural fit to what I love to do. Prior to coming to the University of Colorado, Denver, I was a faculty member at SUNY School of Art and Design in upstate New York and Princeton University. I taught traditional photography courses and taught students how to be creative artists. When I came to Colorado, one of the reasons why I was so excited to come to Colorado is that the University of Colorado Denver campus was transforming the arts programs into a brand new college. So I arrived at the launch of a brand new college with the goal of shoring up photography and building a stronger program and building an entirely new college for the CU system. And over that period of 20 years at CU, I worked in photography, ran the photo department, eventually became the visual arts department chair, where I was overseeing art history and sculpture and painting, and moved from that position into being the associate dean of the College of Arts and Media. And as the associate dean of the College of Arts and Media, I had an opportunity to work with our media forensics faculty and students, music performance, film and television. And it was really exciting to be put in positions where my role was to support success for faculty and students. So moving from really working as a professor and an associate dean in a college to serving as the associate vice chancellor was a smooth transition because CU South Denver is a new entity for the CU system. And we are building programs in new and innovative ways, and I'm able to use my creativity, and I love to build. So the opportunity to do something great for the South Denver community is something we're so excited about.
Well, that is just beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that. That's such exciting stuff. And I want to talk a little bit about CU South Denver, right? Let's talk about its history.
Great.
But before we get started talking about employee pipelines, give me the background of CU South Denver and the mission.
Terrific. I'd love to, because it's such an exciting story. So we are located in a building that was formerly the Wildlife Experience on Lincoln in South Denver. And in January 2015, the Wildlife Experience was donated to the University of Colorado by Dave Liniger and Gail Liniger. the founders of RE/MAX International.
Okay.
And it was an amazing gift, a $40 million gift, the largest in the university's 138-year history.
Wow.
The gift of the building gave us the opportunity to expand offerings to the South Denver community, to provide the education that was needed. So January 2015, we opened the doors as CU, and it's been nonstop excitement ever since. Some of the other things about that first experience was CU had been leasing the building. Because the Linegar family approached CU and said, we think this could be a good place for CU to have some offerings, and so we were doing that. At the same time, we were looking into a feasibility study around who is the South Denver community, what do they need, what does education need to be here. So it was a great process of launching with some courses and programs and eventually having the building gifted to us. It was fantastic.
Oh, yeah. You couldn't have asked for a better gift, really.
It's amazing.
It is really amazing. Let's talk a little bit about some of your programs that you've got, if you don't mind.
Sure, I'd love to talk about some of our programs, but it might be beneficial to talk a little bit about how we ended up building having the programs that we have and where we're going to go around that.
Okay.
Some of the things that I think is important, we know in higher education, and we're really clear that our South Denver community knows this. There are so many benefits to higher education, earning degrees and credentials throughout your entire career. Everything from your economic stability as an individual. There's so much data and research that shows the higher your degree, the greater your earning potential. We also know that health is impacted by the higher degrees that you earn. In 2012, this is a pretty interesting statistic, only 8% of four-year degree holders surveyed smoked compared to 20% with an associate's degree and 25% with a high school diploma. It's an interesting fact, but there's lots of facts around health. The higher degrees you have, the more health conscious people tend to be. The other thing that there's great research on is civic involvement. There's a correlation between the degrees that you have and your engagement in your community as a citizen. And we also know that on a personal level, individuals who have completed various higher levels of their education have better communication skills, better critical thinking skills. They realize their passions, they have a greater sense of discipline and a sense of accomplishment. So we really at CU know that the benefits of higher education are impactful not only to the economy but to the individual. So the opportunity to really help the South Denver community and business leaders and individuals to achieve higher levels of education is something that's important to us. So with that kind of as a foundation, I could say that some of the programs that we've been able to build and grow at CU South Denver are quite varied. We are building credit-bearing programs and non-credit-bearing programs. Since the fall of 2015, we've enrolled 2,423 students in credit-bearing programs.
Do you mind explaining the difference between credit-bearing and non-credit-bearing for me?
A credit-bearing program is a program where you're actually earning 3 credits toward a degree for every course, 3 to 4 credits, 2 credits sometimes, for every course that you're taking, and you're earning a university degree of some kind. Those credit-bearing programs, for example, Denver offers an MBA at CU South Denver. We also have an MA in Public and Nonprofit and Community Leadership.
Cool.
We have a Principal Licensure program that's offered by our School of Education and Human Development. We have an Integrative Construction Management Leadership Certificate offered by our College of Engineering and College of Architecture and Planning from CU Denver. We have a General Business Certificate and a Public Nonprofit Community Leadership Certificate. All of these at the graduate level.
Yeah.
In addition, at CU South Denver, we have a BS in nursing offered by the Anschutz Medical Campus. We have Boulder offering an MBA and a Personal Financial Planner Certificate program. So those are our degree programs.
Gotcha.
And that's very exciting to us. We hope to grow those programs over time, and our goal is to grow those programs based on what is needed in the community.
Is there one particular program that gets a lot of people more so than any other, or do you find it's pretty even throughout?
Well, the various programs some of them are cohort based. They're looking for a particular number of students in a cohort, meaning they start at the same time and end at the same time, and those numbers vary based on the kind of program that it is. Some of our degree programs have multiple cohorts in the beginning, in the building at the same time. Okay. Say their first year program, students are going through the first year program, and we have second year students in the program at the same time. So we have various enrollment goals for each of those individual programs.
Yeah. So would you give me an example of an enrollment goal?
Yes. Yeah. So right now, and I'll talk a little bit about the College of Nursing degree, the BS degree at CU South Denver. The College of Nursing degree is a terrific program. There are 48 students enrolled in each cohort, essentially. So every day at CU South Denver, there are about 90 to 100 students studying nursing in our building, and we have a terrific simulation lab that rivals anything we have on the Anschutz campus. The goal was to take the high quality, outstanding nursing program that sits in the Anschutz campus, College of Nursing, and duplicate a cohort at CU South Denver. So the students are getting the same experience in a different location.
Oh, cool. Okay. Was that tough going?
No, it was. Here's why it was so successful. And to me, it demonstrates an opportunity for the community in South Denver and for CU and for the students that are taking the program. There is a need for nurses in the state. CU, College of Nursing, is turning away qualified applicants to the nursing program because one of the challenges is the number of seats that are available per cohort and clinical placements in healthcare facilities. So when CU South Denver became an opportunity for CU, the leadership of the university saw an opportunity to expand the College of Nursing degree cohort at CU South Denver. They built partnerships with our local healthcare organizations, found the clinical placements needed, modified the facility to include the simulation environments that are needed in nursing education today. And lo and behold, we're on our 5th cohort of nursing students at CU South Denver.
Wow, that's cool.
It is cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Is there a program of yours that you're particularly proud of or happy with? Or I'm sure all of them are your babies, right?
Well, one of the things that's interesting about how we are proceeding ahead, at CU South Denver, all of the credit-bearing programs are coming from one of our schools and colleges at CU. And just to give you a little bit of background of the University of Colorado, we have 4 campuses: University of Colorado Denver, University of Colorado Anschutz, University of Colorado Boulder, and University of Colorado Colorado Springs. And within those 4 campuses, there are 29 schools and colleges. We have expert scholars and researchers in content areas that range everything from entrepreneurship and organizational design to medicine. Right. We have so much expertise across probably anything you could imagine. And we really contribute to the well-being of the state with funded research. We have 450,000 alumni. We have 290 community programs as CU, $6 billion in our economic contribution, and for 140 years, CU has been creating leaders and advancing careers. So when I'm talking about a credit-bearing program, those credit-bearing programs are originating from one of our CU schools or colleges. It's their dean, it's their faculty, it's their program delivered at CU South Denver to the South Denver community, which is so exciting for us.
That is exciting.
That's why we have programs from Anschutz and Boulder and Denver, and it's the one place in all of Colorado where all of CU comes together. And
That's
the
so
very
cool.
interesting thing about that is Denver and Anschutz, those campuses, and Chancellor Hurrell and Chancellor Elliman have a special relationship to CU South Denver in that they are really supporting our development and growth and working with us on critical decisions about our future. So we're excited to have that support.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's thank you for painting that picture for me, right?
Yeah. So one of the things I wanted to say about that is that we have the credit-bearing programs that are coming from the schools and colleges. But at CU South Denver, it's an and. At CU South Denver, we have the opportunity to deliver non-credit programs.
Yes.
So the non-credit programs, you don't have to apply to a degree program or a school or college. We are delivering market-responsive programming in the form of workshops, half-day workshops, full-day workshops, week-long programs where we've identified a strong need in the community. The community is telling us what they would like to see us do. We've done a lot of research. I have so much research on what the market need is in the degree granting professional education side as well as the non-credit side.
Yeah.
So we're building workshops and programs and custom programs, non-credit, for professionals, for career development, for executives, and for organizations.
Right. That is so exciting. And I was just mentioning to you off air, I would like to go back and do something in cybersecurity because it's so big right now, right?
It is big right now.
A workshop on that would be lovely.
We are working on a workshop for cybersecurity right now. And in fact, last summer, we delivered a mini school, which is an 8-week single evening within the week, non-credit course, essentially, that was all centered on cybersecurity, what you need to know about cybersecurity. So now we're going to turn that into an entire workshop, really designed for career professionals so that they can increase their skills or increase their effectiveness in the workplace.
That's so cool. Sign me up.
Okay.
I'm going to need you to email.
I'm signing you up right now.
First on that list. So you've mentioned several times throughout our conversation here that your location.
Yes.
Right? It's a pretty significant part of the school, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So do you mind diving into that for me?
I'd love to tell you about our location because it's extraordinary. And our location is South Denver.
Yeah.
We are in the city of Lone Tree, which is a great partner for us to have as they support everything we're doing and are excited to have CU in their backyard, as well as our other communities and towns down in South Denver. Here are a few things about our South Denver community. It's an extraordinary place for CU to be. It's home to 7 of the 10 Fortune 500 companies in Colorado. It's 30% of the state's annual GDP. It's the fastest growing area of Colorado and employs more than 200,000 people. Wow. That's extraordinary.
Yeah.
The growth that's projected in Arapahoe-Douglas County is unbelievable.
It's off the charts.
It's off the charts, and you can see development happening. The light rail is coming down. Lone Tree is building the city center, which is going to be quite close to where we are. And the other thing that's interesting about our community is that it's a highly educated community of people. And it's because of understanding who the community is and what their needs are. We're building a portfolio of credit-bearing programs and non-credit-bearing programs, workshops and things that help people accelerate their career, increase their effectiveness in the workplace, and we're beginning to deliver executive education, helping leaders be better leaders. So we're excited about that. But it is an amazing place to be, and we've been so well supported by the community since we arrived.
Yeah, I would imagine. One of our partners, I noticed that one of your sources is the Denver South Economic Development Partnership, EDP.
Yes.
And they're one of our partners here at Cobert, Colorado Business Roundtable. And it is fascinating, the community that they're in.
Yes.
Right? You guys you're very good at collaboration.
When I've actually lived in South Denver, and I've been here in Colorado for 20 years, and as I got very deeply involved in helping build and launch CU South Denver in the academic programs, that struck me very clearly. It's a collaborative, welcoming, innovative environment. And it's that echoes what CU is and does. And the two together, being in South Denver, working with various business leaders in the city of Lone Tree and our chancellors and leadership at Denver and Anschutz, we are redefining education for a community, and it's exciting to be a part of that.
That is exciting.
Yeah.
That is so exciting, and it's a great area. I drive there. I don't live there, but yeah, I can see how it's appealing for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So employee turnover is the highest that it's been in 10 years.
Yes.
How do organizations increase the employee satisfaction and reduce turnover?
Well, it's a critical issue, and one of the ways that we've been building the non-credit portfolio and the professional development, professional credential portfolio at CU South Denver is to survey our community, do a lot of market research, understand what's needed, and meet with leaders throughout the South Denver area and beyond, trying to understand what are their high priority strategic issues. We hear it over and over and over again that one of the biggest challenges is building a talented workforce and retaining a talented workforce.
Retaining is the
building and retaining.
Yes.
And so what we are working on is, one of the things that we know is that one of the most effective ways to build that talent and retain talent is to invest in their professional development, to invest in your leaders, to invest in your high-performing people and bring them up through the organization, to support their passion to learn and grow in their positions. There's so many interesting studies, but a great study conducted by Better Buys, a web-based resource on business technology, 2016 study of 2,000 employees, 92% ranked professional development as important or very important, and 48 voted for external or off-site programs. And so that opportunity to go to a different location, change your mindset, and focus on increasing your ability to work more effectively, to be more strategic, to enhance your company's bottom line, or to even make a career change, build the experience, the knowledge and skills you need to make a career change is very important. So supporting individuals in their professional growth is very critical. Another thing that's, I think, critical is millennials. 87% of millennials think it's extremely important to have opportunities for professional development in the jobs that they have. So people want to grow.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I've spent this much money on an education, right? So I want to continue to make sure that I can grow. And so I think companies providing that for you, it's a huge incentive for me to want to work somewhere. If you're going to continue to pay for my education through workshops or certificate programs, anything really, I'm going to evaluate you a little more than somebody else who maybe pays a little more on the hour, but in the long run.
Right, because you're benefiting yourself and you're benefiting your workplace.
Absolutely.
And everybody wins in that scenario. And what's been interesting about thinking about talent development and retaining great talent has been identifying the kind of programs we need to be delivering at CU South Denver on the professional development side and the executive education side. I'd love to talk more about that as we proceed ahead.
Yes.
And more to share on that one.
Yes, for sure. We are going to take a quick break here on Connect and Collaborate. Please stay with us. We have Joann Brennan. She is the Associate Vice Chancellor at CU South Denver. And in the meantime, like and subscribe our YouTube page while you're here. Check out clbrt.com. Check out our events page and sign up for our View from the Top event that is happening next Monday, August 20th. So sign up for that. Stay tuned here with us. Like and subscribe our YouTube page. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Connect and Collaborate. Once again, I'm Alex Hopkins, your on-air producer, and I'm so excited. I have in studio with me Joann Brennan. She is the Associate Vice Chancellor at CU South Denver. So
it's great to be here.
Yes, we're so happy to have you on. We have a lot to talk about, actually, and just going to jump right back into the conversation. We were talking in the last segment. We ended on the employee satisfaction
Yes.
and turnover, right? And we're at an all-time low with unemployment, but keeping and building and retaining talent is what we were discussing. So I'd love to jump right back into that conversation.
Great. One of the things I'd like to share a little bit is that what we've done over time at CU South Denver, our Vice Chancellor, Luella Chavez D'Angelo, and the leadership team of CU Denver and Anschutz and others, we've been closely looking at surveying our community, meeting with business leaders, working closely with Arapahoe Douglas County Workforce Development Center to understand exactly what people need CU to bring in South Denver. And it's been really fascinating to go through that process. I'm just going to pull a few things over here because it's so helpful. Our partners at Arapahoe Douglas County have chief economist Patrick Caldwell, who happens to be a CU grad. Go CU. Patrick did an analysis for us that helped us understand what were some of the top skills needed in South Denver in all the job postings. What were the top skills that were asked for, and how many times was it asked for? So we built a list of the 20 top skills, and it starts with oral and written communications, marketing, integrity, being detail-oriented, being customer service focused, problem solving, teamwork, creativity. And from that list of 20, we built a program plan of offering workshops and programs centered around these topics. For example, we have a workshop that we've built coming up that is called Crafting Your Professional Narrative, How You Find Your Voice, Your Passion, and Advance Your Career. Financial Acumen Essentials, a half-day workshop coming up. Over and over again, we've heard people who are in non-financial roles need to better understand finances in their own departments or for their own units or for their own companies. So we have a workshop coming up in financial acumen. Cybersecurity, we're working on cybersecurity. Besides offering programs, also things like Facebook for small businesses. Yeah. So we're taking that list. We have a communication series of programs that we're going to be offering. And we are right now in conversation with an expert who's going to help us launch a program that's centered on innovative customer experience. So we're taking that need and turning it into workshops and programs for the professional that's needed right now in the marketplace. In addition to hearing what professionals need and career propelling programs are needed, we're also taking a look at what do leaders need in South Denver. What kind of programs do they need? How to coach, how to plan succession planning, organizational design, leading in a VUCA world, and leading virtual teams and advancing the strategic priorities of your organization. So as we hear these needs, our role, our job, and the joy is trying to meet those needs and help individuals achieve that knowledge and skills by delivering those programs that are needed. So it has been really amazing to have all this market research and an understanding of the need, with so many people helping us understand that, and other leaders in the community giving us feedback on what they'd really like to see us doing. Yeah. And our what we're working on is responding quickly with flexibility and innovation to that need. And so far, we're excited about where it's all going.
Oh, for sure. What kind of feedback are you getting from these programs?
We are getting outstanding feedback. After every program, we do a written survey that happens then and there, and we're asking questions. Is it relevant? Was the program engaging? Will you use this in your workplace? Will it make an impact for you? And so far, the results are very powerful for us because it's helping guide the direction we're going, and we're getting feedback from other programs that they might want to see. In addition to some of the professional development and the executive education programs that we're going to be bringing to life, we've had the opportunity to build a number of custom programs. It's been so interesting and rewarding. We've had companies come to us and say they are trying to perhaps they have a new leader in their environment and they want to establish they want to establish a culture of professional communication and engagement and shared leadership. And so they'll come to us and we'll go through a multi-step process of meeting with the team that's seeking an educational experience. Then we build the curriculum together. I go out into Denver and Anschutz, our Denver and Anschutz campuses, and try to find the best match expert. If the topic is organizational design or strategic communications, we'll work with them to find a great expert. And then we'll fine-tune the curriculum of the program together. Then we'll deliver it to the company or the organization, sometimes at CU South Denver or in the company's location, and then assess how it went. So so far we're getting great feedback on how that is going from our business leaders.
I would imagine that you are getting fantastic reviews on that. That's very innovative.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Now, did this, having these customizable programs, did this come about with CU South Denver, or has this always been an overarching thing for CU?
So CU as an education entity has achieved or has built custom programs, but I don't think it was as explicit as what we're doing right now at CU South Denver. We are building a portfolio of professional development programs that are designed to enhance people's careers, helping them grow in their own professional work or grow in their effectiveness within their company. Executive education, helping leaders, and custom programs where an industry leader would like a program. Mm-hmm. Some of the custom programs that have actually been developed on our other campuses have led to complete degree programs where, for example, there's a gap in IT talent, and we know that at CU what we need to do is deliver a particular kind of IT credential or degree. So we'll work on that because our role is to be responsive to what the community needs. And so we're just really honing in on, we can build a custom program and we have the expertise to do it. So creating that portfolio. It's very interesting. Yeah. The other thing that we're working on is ensuring that not only that our programs are market driven and market centric and designed to advance individuals and organizations, we're quite focused on the kind of pedagogy that is occurring in the classroom. The fact that we have programs that are centered not just in theory at all, but it's in theory and practice, and taking the knowledge that they're learning or the skills that they're learning in the classroom and being able to apply it directly and immediately. So we're very focused on relevant applied learning and creating projects and simulations in our environments that really echo the experience they're going to need to have, the skills they're going to need to have in order to be successful.
You're blowing my mind. I'm so impressed with that. And do a lot of businesses know about this? I mean, it was one of the things I saw right away when I went on the website, right? So it's not hidden by any means, but obviously you've been doing this. Do you have a lot in the works?
We have a few in the works. We are hoping for more because we, as a new location for CU, we don't have an environment of schools and colleges at this time. Mm-hmm. We do have an environment of what is needed in the market. What do individuals need to grow and to grow their companies? Let's bring it.
Yeah.
And so we can act quickly. We can be innovative. We can be flexible. And building custom programs is something we have the ability to do. Mm-hmm. And we have quite a few programs built. I don't believe that our community knows a whole lot about our custom program ability, but the word is getting out, and I think we will be seeing more custom programs coming forward for organizations that want to grow their managers or grow their customer experience team, or organizations that want to grow their vice presidents and C-suite leaders. So we're seeing growth in executive ed, professional development, and executive education custom programs.
Cool.
So we'll see where that goes, but it's clearly needed in our community, customized programs to grow the talent and retain the talent that's needed.
Exactly. That's so key for the retainment part of it, I would imagine. So you mentioned that CU South Denver is taking an innovative and collaborative approach to career acceleration and meeting workforce needs. What are some of the current trends in higher education, and what plans does CU South Denver have to incorporate those?
Higher education is changing rapidly, and it's very exciting because we need to change. We are hearing from, communities need different things. Individual learners need education to be in various formats and to be delivered at various times. Some of us don't go right from high school into our degrees. We are working professionals, and we want to earn the credentials we need in the evening or on weekends. So the time of delivery is changing. The fact that online tools, hybrid courses where you have a face-to-face component and as well as an online program gives people the flexibility to be managing their busy lives and learning at the same time through online technologies and with their colleagues. Another very interesting area of change and growth is in micro-credentialing and badging. And it's about creating these short, intensive, immersive educational experiences that accelerate knowledge and skills quickly, and you can take those short, intensive experiences and stack them together toward a badge in a certain area of expertise. The other interesting thing about micro-credentialing and badging is these smaller chunks of focused educational, high quality, highly focused educational experiences can help an individual work toward achieving not just a badge, but a degree if they would like to. So finding the ways in which badging and credentialing can apply to a degree program or can be a substitute as prior learning when they walk in the door, because they can demonstrate that they have achieved the course or the credentialed outcomes. The other thing that's exciting about credentialing is the opportunity to work with industry leaders or an entire industry on what are the gaps that they see in their workforce or in individuals in those companies, and collaborating together to create a credential that the company can verify and higher education can verify as needed in that environment, and the individual has actually learned those outcomes. So it's a great idea. And at CU South Denver, we are looking into where we might want to go with a credentialing approach. Right now, we offer degree certificates, and we also offer certificates of completion when an individual would complete one of our workshops or programs. But this is about thinking in a little bit different terms around stacking experiences together into a larger experience.
Yeah, that's
it's exciting. Some of the other things that are happening is around teaching and learning that is really problem-based. So that you have to take theory and applied together. And CU Denver and Anschutz are extraordinary already in that realm. It's a very exciting environment for the ways in which the students on our campuses are learning theory and applying that theory from the moment they walk in the door. So at CU South Denver, we're quite focused on ensuring that the programs are applied. They're getting critical thinking, problem solving, they're discovering, and it's actually applicable to their own professional lives and to the workplace. Other things that we're researching is simulated learning experiences.
Yes, you've mentioned that a few times.
Yeah.
That's piquing my interest for
right.
sure.
It's all about creating a simulation in the classroom that echoes exactly what they might experience when working on a complex problem or when working on a complex team. And having those simulated experiences helps them build the knowledge and skills in an environment where there's an educational component. So that's another opportunity that we're looking at as we proceed ahead. And there are other ways that we've had conversations, this idea of earn and learn, how to create environments where, or educational experiences where students or participants of our program are going through our programs while working. So how do we bring those things together in a more cohesive, intentional way? Because we've recently determined that executive education, professional development, professional degree programs that are a best match for South Denver needs and custom programs is our direction. We are now starting to focus on not just building the programs that are needed, but also looking at in what ways are they going to be innovative. So more to come on that as we continue to build ahead.
I like that. So one of the things I think I hear a lot when it comes to finding the right employee is a jack of all trades, right? You need somebody that has great computer skills, but can also have that customer service mindset, right? As well as being able to speak and communicate clearly throughout the organization. And so it's so cool that, for lack of a better term, that you guys are working on this customizable solution for every student, right?
Yeah.
And for organizations themselves that are looking for particular students, right? Like, I need this individual, so I'm going to need a handful of these skills and a handful of this.
Right.
And you guys can accommodate that.
Right. It's almost customizing your own education by taking different workshops, or you've earned your degree and now you want to continue growing and learning. And maybe when you earned your degree, you're 10 years out, but the software packages have changed or organizational development has changed, and now you want to understand the latest. Well, we have the expertise at CU to do that, and we are doing that every day at CU South Denver.
Right. And you're not going back and doing a whole degree, right? And taking extraneous classes that may or may not help you.
Right.
So getting it down.
We're getting it down, and we're clear from our community that they want those professional degrees, and they want an opportunity to upskill or focus on their own professional development as executive leaders or as professionals. So it's exciting, and I think the bottom line of all of this is that education transforms people's lives, and we are doing everything we can to ensure that we are meeting that need and that we can support the growth of individuals and the growth of businesses and organizations and our community. That's our hope.
I think right now is an exciting time in education across the board, right? We're changing the way that we think about education, and it's so cool to see how organizations are getting involved with the school process.
That's right.
It's
critical.
It's
critical. Working in collaboration with businesses and organizations and city government and nonprofit groups is the way for us to really create a bright future for our people and for our communities. So when we work together, great things happen. It's happening a lot at CU South Denver.
It is. And Denver in general, I feel like it's a great city to collaborate in. And speaking of your area, tell me a little bit more about how CU South Denver is meeting the needs of the organizations and the professionals in your area.
Well, here's an example. Besides a series of workshops that may be around business fundamentals, or I'm going to my list of market need programs, an entrepreneurial mindset, problem solving through design thinking, collaboration, advancing business analysis training. Besides all those things, another, and the custom programs and our building programs for executives and executive leaders. One other way that we're doing that is by delivering programs that are really centered on trending topics. So it's not really on it can be how to improve your career or impact your effectiveness as an employee or as a leader and develop new skills and knowledge, but it's really around what's happening in the world today. And so we built 2 programs that we're really excited about. One is called EduTalks, and the other is called, coming up, it's going to be our CEO Series View from the Top, which is what we're excited about, your program in our building. Our EduTalks program is I'm pulling one of them up. It's essentially a great, we offer them every 2 months. And it's designed for anyone in South Denver, a professional, a leader, to come in, have a terrific lunch with us, meet their peer colleagues, and experience a 1-hour program from one of our CU experts. And we had a terrific program not long ago that was delivered by our Associate Vice Chancellor, Luella Chavez D'Angelo, who has incredible experience as a C-suite business leader and in education and in actually museum environments. And her EduTalks program was titled, Do You Have an A-Team? The 13 Traits of High-Performing Teams. And in that 1-hour program, she walked our participants through the process of how do you go about understanding what kind of team you have, what kind of leadership team, because I'm part of the CU South Denver leadership team, and everything that she presented is what she does with us, helping us develop as leaders. So it was very exciting.
Yeah.
So do you have an A team? Are they high performing? What are the characteristics of a high performing team? And what can you do today when you walk out the door from this program to start building a high performing team in whatever level you're at, whether you're a department leader or a unit leader or a vice president of a company? How can you move forward and create a high performing team? A program that we just had a couple of weeks ago was a faculty member from the University of Colorado Boulder who did an entire program on business lessons from the Masters of Comedy. It was so good.
I bet that was super entertaining.
It was entertaining. It was powerful. It was skill focused. And an odd pairing, you would think, from, how can looking at comedy help you be a better business leader?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, we had the reviews of that program were so exciting to see what the individuals who attended this EduTalks had to say about it.
Yeah.
So we were excited. And another one coming up, and so these are 1-hour, 90-minute programs with lunch and networking, and not like a workshop where we're spending 3 hours or a full day or multiple days really focusing in on a subject matter. An upcoming program on October 9th is Sparking Creativity in Your Teams.
Ooh.
So it's a faculty member from InWorks, which is a really terrific program at the University of Colorado Denver, and it will all be around brainstorming and creative problem solving and supporting a creative culture in your workplace, and we're excited for that. So they happen every 2 months, and we look at our list of what businesses and individuals are looking for and look at our expertise with our faculty and staff across the CU system and find a great match program that will really enhance someone's experience in their jobs that day.
That's awesome. I'm writing that down because I got very excited. Sparking Your Team's Creativity. And again, that's October 9th.
Yeah.
So we have just a minute left
Great.
here. I would like to know if you had one piece of advice for our listeners. What would that be?
I would say love learning and be a learner every day. And take advantage of opportunities to grow yourself. And because when you grow yourself, you can grow and impact your organization in new ways. There's no doubt in my mind, education transforms lives for the better.
Absolutely. Well said. Thank you so much, Joann Brennan. She is, again, the Associate Vice Chancellor at CU South Denver. It has been a pleasure having you on today.
Thank you so much. It's been great to be here.
Yes, thank you. And be sure to like and subscribe our YouTube page. Find this podcast and more at cobrt.com/radio-podcast. Thank you so much. Have a great day.